In the year 2147, humanity had finally made its mark among the stars. Alien civilizations, once the stuff of science fiction, were now a reality. Among these civilizations was the Velith, a mysterious species known for their ethereal beauty and advanced intellect. Their delicate, shimmering forms and bioluminescent skin set them apart from the rougher edges of humanity. Despite diplomatic exchanges, true interaction between the two species was rare. That changed when Commander Elena Carter, an astrophysicist and diplomat, was assigned to Velith Prime to study their unique culture. Her guide and liaison was Kyle, a Velith scientist whose curiosity about humanity mirrored Elena's fascination with his people. From their first meeting, there was a spark. Kyle's silvery eyes seemed to reflect Elena's thoughts, and his voice, resonating with musical undertones, lingered in her mind. Elena, with her sharp wit and undeniable courage, intrigued Kyle in ways he couldn't explain. What began as formal discussions about interstellar biology turned into late-night conversations about existence, dreams, and the meaning of connection. Elena shared stories of Earth, its chaos and beauty, while Kyle spoke of Velith Prime's serene oceans and shimmering skies. Their bond deepened, defying the cultural barriers that sought to keep them apart. Kyle introduced Elena to the wonders of Velith Prime, their floating gardens, suspended in the air by gravity-defying crystals, and the crystalline rivers that sang melodious tunes as they flowed. Elena, in turn, shared human art, music, and literature. Each moment they spent together bridged the gaps of their understanding, forming a bond as unbreakable as the stars themselves. Their shared laughter and whispered conversations carried the promise of something extraordinary. One evening, Kyle took Elena to the luminescent cliffs, a sacred Velith site where the walls glowed with radiant, shifting colors. As they sat together, watching the lights dance, Kyle turned to her, his voice soft. "Do you ever wonder why we were chosen for this mission? Why our paths crossed?" Elena smiled, her eyes reflecting the vibrant hues. "Maybe the universe knew we had something to teach each other. Or maybe it's just one of those mysteries we're not meant to solve." Kyle's gaze lingered on her, his expression unreadable. "Whatever the reason, I'm grateful." As the months passed, Elena and Kyle's relationship evolved from friendship into something far more profound. They spent stolen moments exploring hidden corners of Velith Prime, sharing laughter and exchanging stories. Kyle's touch, gentle and electric, made Elena's heart race, while her presence brought an unfamiliar warmth to his existence. One fateful evening, under the twin moons of Velith Prime, Kyle confessed his feelings. His voice trembled with vulnerability, something rare for a Velith. "Elena, I cannot deny what my heart feels. But this is forbidden." If anyone discovers Elena placed a hand on his, her eyes searching his glowing face. "Kyle, we've spent our lives exploring the unknown. Why should this be any different? Love doesn't follow rules, it just is." Under the shimmering stars, their bond was sealed. Their first kiss was hesitant, yet full of passion, a quiet rebellion against the constraints of their worlds. Each moment together became a treasure, their love growing stronger despite the looming threat of discovery. Their secret rendezvous became more frequent, and their conversations grew deeper. They spoke of dreams for a shared future, imagining a world where love wasn't bound by species. They found solace in each other's arms, their love a haven from the judgment of their societies. Kyle often marveled at Elena's courage, while she found herself captivated by the tender intensity of his devotion. Kyle began sharing more about Velith traditions, their ancient songs and tales of celestial dances, where their bioluminescent forms lit up the dark skies. Elena, in return, recounted human myths of forbidden love, drawing parallels between their story and age-old romances. Their connection deepened with every secret shared, every whispered promise exchanged. But not all was idyllic. Whispers began to circulate among the Velith, hints of Kale's unusual behavior and frequent absences. Elena, too, noticed a growing tension among her colleagues, subtle questions that carried an undertone of suspicion. The walls of secrecy around their love seemed to grow thinner by the day. Months later, Elena began experiencing strange symptoms: fatigue, dizziness, and an unexplainable warmth in her abdomen. Kyle, concerned, conducted tests using Velith technology. The results were astonishing. Elena was pregnant. The child she carried was a hybrid, the first of its kind. Their joy was tempered by fear. News of the pregnancy couldn't be hidden for long, and both human and Velith authorities would see the child as a threat. Kale and Elena decided to return to Earth, seeking refuge in the remote wilderness of Alaska. There, in a secluded cabin surrounded by towering pines and endless snow, they prepared for the arrival of their child. The pregnancy was anything but normal. Velith biology accelerated the growth process, and Elena's body adapted in ways she couldn't have imagined. Kyle used his knowledge to create a safe environment, monitoring her condition with a mix of human and alien technology. Their nights were filled with whispered reassurances and gentle touches. Kale's bioluminescence casting a soft glow in the dark cabin. When the child was born, the world seemed to hold its breath. The baby, a girl, had Elena's determined eyes and Kale's bioluminescent skin. She was breathtakingly beautiful and undeniably unique. They named her Lyora, a name meaning light in Velith. Lyora's first cries were a melody that resonated with both her parents, a symbol of their love's triumph over adversity. As they cradled her, Kale and Elena made a silent vow to protect their daughter at all costs. They spent long nights planning her future, imagining a life where she could grow without fear. Lyora's early days were filled with wonder. Her unique traits, her glowing skin, her melodic laughter captivated her parents. Kyle and Elena marveled at her ability to adapt to both human and Velith environments, a testament to the unifying potential of their love. Their sanctuary didn't last. A satellite scan detected unusual energy signatures from their cabin, leading authorities to their location. A joint task force of humans and Velith descended upon them, demanding explanations. Elena stood protectively in front of her daughter, her voice firm. This child is not a threat. She is a symbol of what we can achieve together. You fear her because she is different, but isn't that what makes her extraordinary? Kale stepped forward, his glowing form a beacon in the dim light. We have always sought to learn from each other. Let this child be a bridge between our worlds, not a reason for division. Their words sparked a heated debate among the gathered leaders. Some called for the child to be taken away for study, while others saw her as a chance to forge a new path for both species. Public outcry from humans and Velith alike began to sway the tide. People saw in the child a hope for unity, a testament to the strength found in embracing differences. In the days that followed, Kyle and Elena were placed under surveillance. Despite the scrutiny, their love remained unshaken. They clung to each other and to Lyora, finding strength in the bond that had defied the odds. Eventually, Kale and Elena were summoned to the United Galactic Council. The council chamber was an imposing space, its walls adorned with glowing glyphs that seemed to hum with energy. Delegates from dozens of species gathered, their expressions a mix of curiosity and judgment. Kyle and Elena stood side by side, their daughter in Elena's arms. The council demanded an explanation, questioning the morality and implications of their union. This child, Elena began, her voice steady despite the pressure, is proof that we are more alike than different. She embodies the potential for unity, for understanding. Isn't that what we've been striving for in our explorations? Kale added. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. It transcends borders, species, and prejudice. We stand here today not as a mistake, but as a testament to what is possible when we let go of fear. Their words resonated with many, sparking debates and discussions. The council eventually ruled that Lyora would remain with her parents, but under close observation. Their decision was a compromise, one that hinted at a future where such unions might no longer be taboo. Years later, Lyora became a symbol of peace and cooperation. Her existence led to groundbreaking research, bridging gaps in understanding between humans and Valith. She grew up learning the best of both worlds, embodying the resilience of humanity and the wisdom of Valith. Elena and Kale's love story became a legend, a reminder that even in the face of immense challenges, love and courage could reshape the destiny of entire civilizations. And as Lyora stood before the United Galactic Council, her voice steady and her glowing skin a testament to her heritage, she declared, "We are stronger together." Let my story be a reminder that unity is not born of sameness, but of understanding and acceptance. The twin moons of Velith Prime rose in the sky, illuminating a future that was brighter and more unified than ever before.